Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly a senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, a brand new day in which I have a hamster on my shoulder, no less. No pocket hamsters today. We have shoulder hamsters. Come on, little one. Try to get her feet on my hand as quickly as I can. Because it's scary. They're burrowing creatures. They're land creatures, so when their feet aren't touching things, that's scary. You know, where's the ground? So... she's a cutie though, and I'm going to let her go back into her cage. I've given her water, and I have given her food, but she was awake, and so I reached in and grabbed her, but she wants to go back, so here we go. Here we go, little one. Thank you very, very much. Ta-da! I love hamsters. They're awesome. But I say that every day, but that doesn't mean it's not true. I mean, they are awesome. They're just rodents. They're just rodents. But they're an awesome kind of rodent. They're not like scurrying like evil cartoon rodents. They're do-da-da-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum kind of rodents. And it's a good thing. Excuse me. I took several oil dabs this morning. And the thing about oil dabs is you never really know how your body's going to react to an oil dab. It is, after all, a big stream of hot oil vapor that's going down into your lungs and coating the surfaces of your lungs with oil vapor. So it can give you a very short-term negative reaction. I have coughed so hard that I've thought I was going to puke. I have seen others cough so hard that they had to stagger to a door and puke. I've watched YouTube videos of a fellow who, to celebrate X number of subscribers, he took, like, for every 25,000 subscribers, he took an oil dab. And he took like 10 oil dabs in a row. And they just had a condensed highlights reel of him outside for the next 45 minutes, staggering, coughing, gasping, puking, just not having a good short-term reaction. When that was all done, he was fine, but the immediate short-term impact can be a rather heavy-duty one. And especially this morning, I was really just coughing up a storm because it clogged me up here and I couldn't clear here. So, thumbs up. A better method of ingesting is, of course, edibles. But because of the way they work, time-wise, it's always, you can never tell. It's anywhere from half hour to an hour and a half after you eat an edible. It can affect you, and it can be random. The next day you can do the exact same thing, and it's going to either affect you faster or not. And how can you tell? You can't. Just your individual biochemistry of the day. But there is a couple short-term effects that can happen if you're not careful, if you take in a lot of THC in any fashion very, very quickly. There's the throwing up. There is a condition where you get too much cannabinoids in your system and then you start to puke. Not everybody does this. Even those that have that issue, it's not going to happen all the time. But that can be one of the effects. And I have noticed myself that I can take too many oil hits. If I take too many oil dabs, I can tell, because I get a raging headache. Not even from coughing. I'll just be sitting and doing things and then realizing, oh man, it's like I've got a vice on my head. And then the headache lasts for a couple hours and then it goes away. So I shouldn't take quite that many oil dabs. Doesn't help, since especially I really don't feel it. I don't get high or stoned like I used to as when I was a kid, or like I've seen other people get. I mean, I tank up on THC just to do things normally, like turn on my webcam so I can start recording a video, or turn on my webcam so I can start recording a reaction, or I turn on my webcam and start recording a video for the next hour and some. It's not something I do to relax because I don't really feel anything but just pain control with a vague sense of goodwill, and of course some extra short-term memory issues on top of that. But all in all, boy, I get so jealous of people that get high and stoned anymore. The other day it actually happened. I took like 4 oil dabs, and it must have been just the right combination of the oils and my particular biochemistry at the time, and I actually got stoned for about 20 minutes. Felt pretty nice, but it was only about 20 minutes, and that was the first time in a long time that I felt anything more than just vague goodwill and pain control. So thumbs up for that. So it can happen. But my tolerance is sky high. I mean, I still take anywhere from 2.5 to 5 milligrams of methadone daily. I'm trying to get it down to just 2.5, and then I'm going to take it down from 2.5 to, well, work on getting it down to nothing. So I'm getting there, and I'm getting closer. But boy, am I so tired today, because I just remembered. I didn't forget, but I don't have a lot of things I want to talk about, but I got a couple, and one of them is last night I went to bed. I did not take any oil for ingesting with that hour and a half to, well, 40 half hour to hour and a half before it affects you. That's really good. If you take these activated oils, then while I'm asleep I get pain control, and that's really good. I forgot to take some last night, and even though I took a couple oil dabs before I went to bed, it was not enough. Oh boy, I went to bed at just before midnight. It was after 2 o'clock before I finally fell asleep. Oh joy. So I was just laying there wishing I was asleep, trying not to get upset because that's just going to make it harder to fall asleep. But finally I fell asleep, but I kept waking up every like 45 minutes. I was boink, I was awake again. And then finally, before even 6 o'clock, pain had me awake. So grand total of 6.5 hours in bed, and I got about an hour's worth of sleep. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. I wish I had the, what are those things? Toothpicks to prop my eyelids open. Except I do that and then my eyes dry out, of course. I am still affected in the negative fashion by several of the things that happens when you partake of cannabis products. I get dry eyes all the time. My eyes dry out a lot, and I got cotton mouth. Not as bad as I used to as a kid, but my mouth does get drier, and because of that, so my apologies to anybody who does not like mouth sounds. I know there are a lot of people and there are issues with it, and my apologies, but especially like this with getting affected by THC, it just doesn't matter. So thumbs up and wonderful on that. I'm different and weird on that. Some mouth sounds I don't really like at all, and they just drive me nuts and I can't really listen to. Some mouth sounds as people talk, I'm just indifferent to. It doesn't affect me any other way, good or bad. Some of them are like a little bit of that, because I get ASMR from things like a metal spoon scraping against the edges of a ceramic bowl while mixing a cake mix or some such. That will trigger my ASMR. Some people's mouth sounds are why I listen to them as they talk, because of the little noises they make as they talk. That whatever ASMR reason, that's one of the reasons I listen to them, because of those little mouth noises. Thumbs up for that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm looking at both my clock for my timer on my webcam and my clock, which is a clock, which is right down there. And they were close for a little while, and so I was getting confused between the timer saying 8 minutes and 54 seconds and my clock, which was saying 8:15, and going, my arm is just itching, and I am so sorry. But I was getting them confused and wondering why, when I started at 8 o'clock, it was suddenly 8:54, and I hadn't been talking for an hour. Gosh, golly, gee whiz. My apologies. Oh, my skin and my arms get so dry. I need to start consistently lotioning up my arms like I lotion up my legs, because I do still lotion up from my knees down to my toes. Never lotion up your toes. Not unless you want massive amounts of toe fungus. No, 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 no. Do not get your toes. Keep those ones dry, and unless you've got like the antifungal cream, of course, that's different because it's got antifungal in it. But anything else like lotion or sorry about that, Vaseline or anything, do not put it between your toes. You will get horrific amounts of fungus very quickly. But I lotion up, and then I put on my support stockings, then I put on regular stockings, and then I put on my shoes. And so that keeps my legs from just becoming a dead skin factory. Because hokey smokes, from my knees down, I get so dry, it's just insane. I used to take off my socks, and it was like, I've mentioned this before, but it was like I'd pull off my socks and it'd be like watching something out of The Mummy, just this whoosh of dry skin exploding outward as I take off my support stockings. Put on lotion before I put on my support stockings? That doesn't happen. Ah, you keep your skin hydrated, and amazingly it doesn't dry out and flake off as quickly, huh? So I gotta start doing that here, especially since, oh, it gets so itchy. My wife had dehydration issues because her kidneys were just such bad shape. And so she was always either too much fluid or not enough fluid, and you could tell when she didn't have enough because she was scratching all the time and everywhere. She was scratching her sleep. She had just, her lower legs were scratches, bloody scratches all the time because she was scratching her sleep. So, oh, it's not good to get dry like that. So she tried to use like mineral oil, and sometimes that worked. But boy, lotioning up is a good idea. I just need, like I said, to consistently remember to do that on my arms. Problem is, because usually I wear like polo shirts and the such, that means I'm going to be like bare skin with oily stuff on it, rubbing and touching on everything. And that's kind of icky. You got to do what you got to do, though. Maybe I should wear long sleeve shirts. I hate that feeling. I don't even like to wear long sleeve. Well, I used to wear long sleeve shirts during the summertime. I always wore short sleeves in the winter. My subconscious is weird. So I don't really like long sleeve shirts. So I guess I'm not even going to do that somehow. I'll figure something out. Some people have asked me to talk about stories of my Air Force time. The problem is it's such a long period of time behind me, I don't remember a whole lot. I was drinking really hard during those times, and so I have a lot of the negative connotations because of my alcoholism attached to my memories of that time. And because I was heavy duty into my alcoholism and it was affecting my work periodically, I would come into work hungover. You can't work well when you got a hangover, especially when you got to work the counter with people. So yeah, there were days that it didn't go well because I had a hangover. That was usually in the first couple of years of my, like first 2 years. The year 3 and year 4, that was under control, and I was drinking in a way that it didn't affect me at work, but still, you got to learn how to do it. So I got that, a ton of the negative feelings and shame associated with my alcoholism that are associated with my Air Force memories. So many of my Air Force memories are things that I was doing while I was drinking. And so I don't talk a whole lot about those times. I'm going to, because not everything I did was because I was drinking. And I have a lot of positive memories from that time. So I'm going to try and talk about them more. I just haven't yet. 14, well, we're at 15 minutes now. Well, we are now. I couldn't lie. I wasn't at it yet. So I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I am not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them all afterward, well, as many as I can. Thumbs up each one I read, answer as many as I can, but I'm not reading them right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. You know, good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. The fact is you left a comment. Thank you very, very much. If I mispronounce your username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at names. So I do my very, very best. And it is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my fibro, depression, and more, I forget so much. I'd forget my name was Rutherford P. Kubert if my head wasn't nailed on every day. Thumbs up for that. So let me call it my Chrome. I do have Chrome here, don't I? Yes. And we have Soldier Boy 1812 Gaming. Thank you very, very much. And MDIKNE, thank you very, very much. And S-Time, greatly appreciated. Space Monkey, thumbs up and thank you. System Era, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kitscat, thumbs up and thank you. Joe Kangman, thank you very, very much. And Comrade Turfy, greatly appreciated. Captain _ Flunk, greatly appreciated. Thomas S, thumbs up and thank you. Jesse Green, greatly appreciated. And L Chocolate YT, thumbs up and thank you. Aaron Stewart, greatly appreciated. Dan 98584, greatly appreciated. Conspo Lopez, thumbs up and thank you. Ash 54G, greatly appreciated. Ava Lorraine, thumbs up and thank you. JDM, greatly appreciated. And it's Demo, greatly appreciated. And Brian Glenn, thumbs up and thank you. Tundra Keeper, thumbs up. Balaz Perez, I sure hope I'm at least close. Luis Francisco Leblanc de la Vière, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much for at least making me try. And Video of a Brickin', thumbs up and thank you. Of course, this guy's comment is, "You're so gay, Grandpa." Well, I'm bi. I'm half gay. So, of course. There's going to be days that I'm going to be flaming. And there's going to be days that I'm going to act totally cis-normal. But I'm bi. So, yeah, I'm half gay. Thumbs up for that. Can't insult me with the truth. Anyway, though, thank you all so very, very much. And if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, and thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you don't want to. I mean, I don't do much. But thank you very, very much for everybody who does subscribe and watch. It is appreciated, and I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time, which will hopefully be a long time. I don't just want to kick off and die like now. I'd like to live at least another 25 more years. In the end, it doesn't matter. In the cosmic sense, it doesn't matter if I die now or if I die in 20 years. Once I'm gone, 5 years maximum before no one thinks of you anymore. And in 100 years, if I'm a footnote in a textbook, that would be amazing. 1,000 years, what will even civilization be like? 100,000 years, will there be human civilization? 1,000,000 years, will there be life on the planet? 1,000,000,000,000 years, what will our solar system even look like? 1,000,000,000,000,000 years, what will the universe be like? 1,000,000,000,000,000 trillion from now, when the universe is still here because time doesn't stop. What matter? Dying now or dying in 25 years? Well, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.